attained a major cult following in Canada with her cozy, sometimes eerie, and eccentric music. But she's never toured North America. Now her new record, The Hounds of Love, has entered the top 40 in Canada. But even so, she says her stage show is just too elaborate to take on the road. She also hates flying. Still, she did manage to visit Toronto for a few days to talk about her work.
It doesn't hurt me, yeah, yeah. Do you wanna feel how I feel, yeah, yeah. Do you wanna know that it doesn't hurt me, yeah, yeah. Do you wanna hear about the deal they're making, you? It's you and me. If only could, I'd make a deal with God, and I'd get him to swap our places. Be running up that road, be running up that hill, be running up that building.
When we last met, you said that The Dreaming had been something of a traumatic album for you, or at least had reflected traumatic experiences of yours, but that the new record, The Hounds of Love, was going to be a happier thing. Do you still stick to that?
Yes, I do. I think this has got a much more positive energy. Not necessarily that the last album was dark, but that it was dealing with intensities of emotion. Perhaps a more introverted album, and this is more outward and happy, yes.
You have this song called Running Up That Hill, in which you want to make a deal with God. What exactly is the deal you want to make?
It's the two people in the song, the man and the woman, that want to make a deal with God in order to swap places with each other. That if the man could be the woman and vice versa, they would understand what it's like from the other person's point of view, and that perhaps there'd be less problems in the relationship.
Come on, baby, come on, darling, let me steal this moment from you now. Come on, angel, come on, darling, let's exchange the experience.
The second side of The Hounds of Love has a concept feel to it. There are a number of songs that are strung together, and they're all under the subtitle of The Ninth Wave. What is The Ninth Wave?
The Ninth Wave is a quote from a poem by Tennyson, and some people have thought that the whole side was based on this poem, and in fact it was completely the other way around, where I'd written the whole side, wanted a title that would sum up the energy of it, and was looking through books, etc., to try and find a title, as I didn't feel it was there within the songs themselves. And I found that, and it seemed to be such a good parallel, the fact that it's such water imagery, and he's talking about how waves work in cycles of 9, all building up to the 9th one, and then it starts again.
There are lots of scary water images on The Ninth Wave. A man drowning and trying to get out from underneath the ice, a witch being dunked, fishermen at sea, and so on. Now, where did you first get the idea to do this theme about water and its frightening aspects?
I don't think water is something I think of as threatening, really. It's an incredibly beautiful thing, and it's one of those imageries that I think forever, both way back in the past and into the future, will always be used by writers. Water, the sea, is one of those incredible images. It's so powerful, so almighty, so kind and so cruel. And I think what attracted me was all kinds of things. Obviously the imagery there, but also the idea of a tiny human being, this little thing, all alone in this great expanse of cruelty, that elemental force, and the contrast between the two, something that I think attracts me as a writer in music as well, the contrast of textures, putting something with something else that perhaps isn't meant to go, and playing with those ideas.
When I met you in your dance studio in London, I saw a painting against the wall that we were laughing about. It was a satire of that pre-Raphaelite painting of Ophelia drowned in the reeds. This one was in a polluted river. Now on the inside sleeve of The Hounds of Love, there's a picture of you in the water, like Ophelia. Is that a deliberate connection?
Not a conscious connection, no, but I'm sure that imagery is there very strongly. Ophelia is one of those beautiful paintings. It's extraordinary, and I think my attraction to Ophelia in the first place was what made me get that painting. So it's probably still quite subconsciously strong there in me.
But every time it rains, you're here in my head, like the sun coming out. Ooh, I just know that something good is gonna happen. I don't know when, but just say it could make it happen.
Your new video for Cloud Busting has got Donald Sutherland in it, and you look quite impish, and there's some story going on. Can you tell us where it came from, what it's about?
The song was inspired by a book, which was about the relationship between the man who wrote the book and his father. And it's written through his eyes when he was a child. There's an incredible sense of innocence in the book. And his father was a very respected psychiatrist, psychoanalyst, and he also had a machine called a cloud buster that could make it rain. And together they would go out and make it rain. And we really wanted to do justice to the story and the relationship between the two of them that was a very special one.
It's you and me, Daddy.
Who wrote that book?
Peter Reich.
Ah, Peter Reich. And it was called Cloud Busting?
It was called A Book of Dreams.
And does he know that you have, is this still a living writer?
Yes, he is.
I should know about him, I suppose.
Well, the book wasn't terribly well known. It was in print for a while and is now out of print. We sent him a cassette of the song, hoping that he would like it, and he's been very responsive, which is great for me.
Every time it rains, you're here in my head, like the sun coming out, like your sun's coming out. I just know that something good is gonna happen. I don't know when, but just say it kind and make it happen.
Well, that's this edition.
A very happy Christmas and a great New Year, and thank you for all of you for your continual support and care.